everybody! So today I'm doing my May wrap-up video along with my June to-be-read list. A lot of the books that I read in the month of May were just quick, easy reads, and that meant that I was able to read more books than I had planned, so I ended up reading 10 of them. So they're in no particular order, I'm just going to get right into it. The first book is Uncommon Criminals by Ali Carter, which is the second book in the Heist Society series, and I am finding that I am really enjoying this series. I ended up giving this book 4 out of 5 stars, and it's just really fun to read. And the second book is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I think that's how you pronounce her last name, I'm not quite sure. But again, it was another 4 out of 5 star book. The beginning was a little bit slow, and this one definitely, I wouldn't describe it as a quick read. It's a lot of detail and a lot of different mythology, and it's a lot of unfamiliar mythology, at least unfamiliar to me, but it was really interesting. I'm very excited to read the next book. I'm not sure when it comes out or even what it's called. I know it has a title, I just can't remember it. I'll put a little pop-up somewhere in the video whenever I edit it, because I know the title is out there somewheres, but it's a really good book. And then the next book was Natural Born Angel by Speer, which is the second book in the Immortal City series, and this one was also 4 out of 5 stars, and it's just a very different take on angels, and it's just very strong characters. I really enjoyed this series. Friday Night Bites by Neill. This one was 3 out of 5 stars, and it's a pretty quick read. There's a lot that happens in it, but at the same time, you know, it's not that complicated, so that's what really makes it a quick read. I am hoping as the series goes on, there's a lot more to the books, but if not, then it'll be a quick, enjoyable read series. Paranormalcy by Kiersten, and I ended up giving this one 3.5 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it. It was a pretty quick read for this one as well. There's a lot going on, but a lot was kind of predictable, so I am hoping that in the next 2 books there's a little less predictability. When the Sea is Rising Red by Cat Hallisen, and this one was 3 out of 5 stars. And again, it was another quick read. There was a lot of things that were supposed to be twists that I just kind of saw coming, so that made it a little less enjoyable. Level 2 by Lenore Appelhans, which is the first book in the Memory Chronicles. I think this book actually had a name change to The Memory of After, maybe it was called. I'm not quite sure. My copy is called Level 2. This one was 2 stars. I just found myself not enjoying this book as much as I had hoped. The concept of the book was something that really, really, really interested me, and it just really fell flat. I was very disappointed. It just felt, it's a short book, it's under 300 pages, and it kind of felt like maybe half the book was unnecessary. So I'm still going to end up reading the second book because I do want to see if it gets better, but the first one I didn't enjoy all that much. Lost and Found by Nicole, which is the highest rated book of the month at 4.5 stars out of 5, and I just found myself falling in love with the characters in this book. It was a pretty quick read. It's definitely a summer read, but there's just so much that I found myself loving, especially the main male character. I just fell in love with him. So it's definitely a book that I would recommend. I also read 2 books on my Kobo. The first one was Fallen Too Far by Abbi Glines. I think that's how you pronounce her last name, which was 3 out of 5 stars. It was a very quick read, and it was enjoyable, but at the same time kind of cliche, and It felt like they were trying, or the author was trying too hard to emphasize that the good girl was good and the bad boy was very bad. So I'm going to continue the series to see where the characters go from there. But it was just a pretty quick, typical summer read. Then the last book is Changeling by Philippa Gregory, and that was 2.5 out of 5 stars. I really did like the mindset and the descriptions of the past, but, well, a lot of things did happen in the book. At the same time, not a lot of things happened. It was kind of fast and slow. There's a lot going on, but at the same time, they're not traveling a whole lot. They're in one place, and there's a lot that did fall flat in that book. But again, I'm going to read the sequel whenever it comes out because I need to finish series. I cannot leave series unfinished. So for the month of June, I have 5 books that I definitely plan on reading, even though I will probably end up reading more. The first book is Fall of Night by Rachel Caine, which is the newest book in the Morganville Vampires series, and it's on my Kobo, so I don't actually have a physical copy with me, but it's the book that I am currently reading, and I am, I think, 30-some% into it, a little over 100 pages, so I will probably end up finishing that tonight. And then the rest of the books that I plan on reading for the month of June, I have The Lightning Thief by Riordan, Mind Games by Kiersten White, Crush by Nicole Williams, which will actually complete a series, I think, and then Crown of Embers by Carson, which I am also reading, even though I'm only like 30-some pages into the book. And then, other than that, I am only picking 5 books, even though I know I'm going to read more, because I kind of want to start marathoning TV shows during this summer, because there's not a whole lot on television for the summers. There's a couple of shows that I normally watch, but there's a lot of shows that are on through the year from September to May that I always planned on watching, or I watched at some point and kind of got away from for some reason. And the summer is a very good time to start marathoning television shows that I kind of always meant to watch or need to catch up on. So I am starting with Scandal, and that show is very addicting. I've already completed the first season. There's only 7 episodes in there, but it only took me 2 days to watch all 7 episodes, along with 4 episodes of the second season. So I am 11 episodes into the show so far, and I am going to definitely be watching at least 2 or 3 more tonight. So I will definitely be finishing Scandal in the month of June. So that's all for now, and I will see everybody next time.